Seniors are the fastest growing segment of the population. In fact, by the year 2030, the estimate is close to 1 in 4 people in Canada will be over the age of 65. Yet too often they are among society's most vulnerable and neglected. And that's why one advocacy group is trying to build a shelter specifically for victims of elder abuse.
Oh, that's it! That is the last time I trip over that thing!
We have all seen public service announcements to raise awareness about the issue of elder abuse. But some advocates say there is only ever lip service paid to the problem. This woman wants to come up with real solutions.
Okay, we're talking about the problem, but how are we fixing it? We're just putting a little Band-Aid over it.
Vanessa Boros first became aware of the problem when seniors would come into her health food store clearly needing help.
It all started when our clients here, our customers were coming in, and we would see some of them with bruises, or we would see some of them sad or hungry. It's horrible. Yes, it's horrible.
She started by giving out Christmas baskets, but soon decided that what was really needed was a shelter, specifically for victims of elder abuse.
There's a lot of shelters that just focus towards women and children and, battered women, but there's no shelter that will take a senior that has Alzheimer's. That's a little bit more complicated. That's a little bit more difficult. We need to put them in a place where they can say, you can talk about what's going on, but you're going to be safe because we have a place for you to come.
According to Toronto Police, 2 to 10% of seniors are abused. That works out to 40,000 to 200,000 victims in Ontario alone. But even these statistics are very misleading, police say, because the crime is seriously underreported. Estimates are only 1 in 20 cases are brought to police.
There is usually overlapping abuse. When there's financial abuse, it's likely that there will be some psychological or emotional abuse that accompanies that.
Graham Webb is a lawyer and the executive director of the Advocacy Centre for Elders. They provide free representation for low-income seniors. And while he says financial abuse is the crime most reported, that may be because there's often a paper trail that makes it easier for other family members to trace. It doesn't necessarily mean that it is the most widespread. In fact, the Seniors Aid Society says neglect is the most common at 59%, followed by physical abuse, then financial exploitation. Emotional abuse is 4th at 7%, and 6% make up other forms, including sexual assault, which Graham Webb says happens more often than we know.
In all forms of abuse, there's a lot of psychological impediments to reporting the abuse, such as shame and humiliation.
The most disturbing statistic from Toronto Police is that in 43% of cases of elder abuse, the perpetrator is the victim's child.
There are no borders when it comes to elder abuse. It happens to people from every background and every economic group, from every race and nationality.
The Seniors Aid Society figures they need about $3 million to build a new shelter. Their inaugural fundraising event is coming up on February 4th. For more information on elder abuse, go to our website, citynews.ca.